Hi, it's Rena. Today's topic is what is keeping you from going forward and being motivated and getting everything we want. I know so many people that have invested in small solutions to try to get their life to work. I am going to share with you 5 tips on how to really make your life work. Number 1, this is critical. Quit listening to other people and having them give you advice on how you should live your life. We have parents, siblings, coworkers. Everyone has an opinion on how we should live our lives. One of the things, what I feel made me most successful is that I called all my own shots. If I made it, it was my decision. And if I didn't make it, it was my decision. But before I started my business, I didn't ask my parents. I didn't check with my husband. I didn't poll my children and see what they thought of what I was doing. We don't live in the court of public opinion, hoping someone's going to be our cheerleader and tell us we're doing the right thing. We go with our gut and decide we're doing the right thing. And if it ends up being a learning experience, let it be a learning experience. If it ends up being the right thing, then way to go. It's all on us. Number 2, why people don't succeed in business is they don't follow the right people. Society has a way of showing us the bling and the glamour. We look at movie stars and think they've made it. We look at famous politicians and think that's what life should be. Big boats and fast airplanes, big houses and lots of parties. But the things that really fulfill us is being authentic to ourselves and really making a difference. The right coach and the right person to follow is someone that's authentic and making a difference by being themselves. I remember when I first started my business, I was an electrical engineer and I thought the engineering skills would not work in sales. So I tried to be perky and cheerful and all these things I wasn't. And at the end of the day, I was exhausted and I didn't get any sales. But when I became myself and became more factual and really just told people what I was passionate about and science behind the products, because that's what I was, a scientist, then I started getting more success because I didn't copy someone else. I was me. Women I did decide to copy had healthy family lives. They had healthy social lives. They had healthy habits and their kids still loved them. I was looking for the whole package, not just, oh my God, look how much money she's making. Look at all the prizes she's won. Look at the big house. Look at the fancy cars. No, I wanted the whole package, which is a healthy and happy life in all areas of my life, including spiritually, not just looking at the glitz and the glamour of stardom. Number 3, for holding you back and not getting what you want, whether it's in business, whether it's in personal life, is we undervalue ourselves. We just don't see our own greatness. And I think this is a global problem where people just don't see how great we are. I was lucky that I invested in a mentor that actually saw my greatness, that actually told me how great I was, that actually celebrated me. If right now you're feeling less than, that you don't have the self-worth, that somehow if you had a degree you'd be better, somehow if you had some kind of material possession like a big house or a clean garage, you would be a better person. Look for coaching and look in your childhood for what caused those, because just about everybody has something like that. And it's our job, I feel, in this life to find out what happened to us when we made those decisions and overcome them, because that's where our greatness lies, in overcoming those decisions. The 4th way we fail ourselves is we don't make time for ourselves. We invest in everybody else. We make sure everybody else is taken care of, but ourselves are not taken care of. I look at my exercising patterns now and my eating patterns now, and when my kids were younger, and when I compare the two to now, and when the kids were younger, I didn't take care of myself, and now I'm paying for it. But no, I didn't exercise and yoga and stretching and just taking care of my body. Who had time for that when you're a mom of 4 kids? The best tips I can give you right now, the most successful people take care of themselves first thing in the morning. I got up early today. I walked 3 miles. I took a massage appointment, and then I was ready to conquer the day because I had fully taking care of myself. And I went on 3 appointments and they all ended up being fantastic because I had started the day. Successful people have a lot of days that are great days. And the way to have a great day is to start the day right by putting yourself first. The whole adage, put on your oxygen mask, because if you're passed out in the plane, you can't help anybody else. So by getting us right in the beginning, it's the only way that we're going to be able to serve anybody else. The 5th and final way that people are not performing in business, or at least the ones that I've seen, is they do not invest in themselves. If we are consuming basically garbage media and deciding who else feeds our mind, not just our body, because we act like we control that, but who's feeding our minds? Garbage in, garbage out. What are you listening to that is uplifting? What have you learned new this week? What new skill are you learning this week? Whether it's a physical skill, whether it's getting better at balance on a yoga pose, or whether it's learning how to build a website for a side hustle you want to start. Let's look at how we are growing ourselves, because if we're not growing, we are dying. And the women that I have watched fail in business, they've watched seasons of television shows. They've listened to music in the car. They've followed everybody else's opinion of what they should do, but they didn't grow themselves. They didn't invest in themselves. I have a library full of books that I purchased before there were podcasts and audiobooks on growing myself. I invested in myself even after 6 years of college. I kept growing my mind, and I realized the importance that I had to be the best me I could be. And the only way I could be the best me is to be a better me than I was the day before. Always learning something new, always listening and consuming something new up here. If you like this video, click like, and I have a free self-love guide. Scan the QR code and get a copy of your guide today.